Again, we lose by 3 points, and I think we've lost the last 4 games by a total of 23 points or 22 points. And hard to swallow sometimes, but we got to find a way to get out of this slump and try to find a way to get us a win.
And I think last week we were talking about it's important to get off to a good start, and you got off to that start, but I think what the Bears did, they really shortened the game in that second half.
Well, they did a good job of hanging on to the football. And, I thought we had played okay, which I still think we did. We just we didn't execute on either side of the ball at times when we needed to. And played solid in special teams, took a few chances, rolled the dice a couple times, and had some success and didn't have all we wanted. But you know, right now our kids are just fighting and clawing and still not giving up and believing in what we're doing. And we got 3 more opportunities left to take the field, and hopefully we'll find a way to become a team that can win. Not only a good football team, which I think we are, but a team that can finish and win some games here in the end.
The Tusculum Pioneers do fall in the game 34-31, and just to follow up on what Coach DeBusk was saying, yes, 4 games decided by 22 points. The Pioneers fall in the year now to 4-4, go 0-4 in the league, and the LR Bears improving to 5-3 as they go to 2-3, or 2-2 in the South Atlantic Conference, I should say. Coach Fred Goldsmith last year took a team that he couldn't really get any momentum with, just 2 wins in his first year. Last year winning 5 games, so already now he's up to 5 wins this season with a good attack. And Major Heron, who ran for 156 yards on 32 carries, finished 6 of 7 passing on the afternoon for under 100 yards, but 1 touchdown on the day. We'll talk about some more of the particulars and the individual statistics when we come back right after this. Tusculum Pioneers fall to the Bears. We're back with the Frankie DeBusk Show right after this.
The best deal in the neighborhood just got better with more to love on the 2 for $20 meal only at Applebee's. Applebee's is a proud sponsor of the Frankie DeBusk TV show and side of the Frankie DeBusk radio show. Applebee's on the bypass in Greenville. There's no place like the neighborhood.
Coach, what makes a winning team?
A winning team is individuals that are working toward one common goal.
Coach, for over 30 years, Andrew Johnson Bank has been a winning team here in Greene County. It has always been our goal to provide superior service to our customers.
Andrew Johnson Bank will never quit providing extra effort to make loyal customers in the community.
Thank you, Coach DeBusk.
Thank you, Monica. Andrew Johnson Bank scores points with friendly customer service, top-notch bank products, and convenient locations. Tusculum College and Andrew Johnson Bank are a winning team.
Sodexo, a world leader in food and facilities management services. Sodexo proudly serves Tusculum College and supports Pioneer football. Sodexo, making every day a better day.
Welcome back to the Frankie DeBusk Show. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
Tusculum Pioneers fall to the LR Bears by a final score of 34-31. Bo Cordell throws for a Moret Stadium record, 421 yards. The Pioneers throw for 436 on the afternoon from Moret Stadium. So obviously they hadn't seen that type of an aerial attack. Well, the Pioneers saw a running attack from previously one of the best running offenses in the country. I don't know how that will stand up as we head into this week or not, but they were the #1 rushing team in the league and in the nation going into the contest with the Tusculum Pioneers. Pioneers made a lot of plays, a lot of individuals that made some plays, so let's take a look at our individual players of the week. We'll start on offense with our Creekside Offensive Player of the Week, Hannibal Ruiz, a senior out of Atlanta, Georgia from Creekside High School. Hannibal, one of the very few seniors on this team, 2 seniors on the offensive line, and Hannibal finishing with 10 knockdowns on the afternoon against the LR Bear defensive front. The Grand Rental Station Defensive Player of the Week, Zach Norman, the senior out of Greenwood, South Carolina from Greenwood High School. In the game, finishes just 1 shy of his career best game, finishing with 15 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Something about Zach and run-oriented style of teams. Last year set a personal best with 16 tackles against Carson Newman in their veer attack. For Zach's career, 161 career tackles and 12 tackles for loss. Our Green Coach Tour Special Teams Player of the Week, Andy Rossetti, the freshman out of Kenneth City, Florida, St. Petersburg High School. 3 punts on the afternoon, a 43.3-yard average with a long of 51, had 1 inside the 20, giving him 10 inside the 20 on the year. Going into the game, averaging just 32 yards a punt, a much better day for Andy Rossetti. Our Andrew Johnson Bank Call of the Game, element of surprise, Gareth Rowland's successful onside kick.
It'll be Rowland's foot to leather, and actually they're going to run a surprise onside kick, and the Pioneers come up with it at the 48-yard line.
Let's go deeper inside the numbers with our post-game wrap-up for the Tusculum Pioneers. Running game wasn't what they needed on the afternoon, but they didn't get it. 15 rushes, minus 13 yards. And for the LR Bears, the team that's averaging right about 305 yards on the ground, they come up with 57 rushes for 310 yards. Major Heron, their quarterback, getting half of that. Passing game for the Pioneers as a team, 43 of 63. Andy Rossetti 1 for 1 on the afternoon for 437, while the LR Bears 7 of 9. Major Heron and James Pone combined 7 of 9 for just 98 yards. Total offense for the Pioneers, 78 plays, 424 yards. For the Bears, 66 plays, 408 yards. Punting, again, Andy Rossetti was good, 3 punts for an average of 43.3. Time of possession, LR led the conference at 33-44. They held the ball 35 minutes, 45 seconds, 11:32 in the third, 11:56 in the fourth, keeping the Pioneers with the football just 6 minutes and 32 seconds in the entire second half for 24-15 for the game. Pioneers good on third downs, 9 of 18, LR 9 of 17. Pioneers 3 of 3 in the red zone. The LR Bears were 4 for 4 in the red zone. And in the day, 2 Pioneers had over 100 yards receiving for the 11th time in school history. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. That's when the Frankie DeBusk Show continues right after this.
Whenever there's a project to make our community a better place to live, you'll always find our local merchants right there doing all they can to help. From sponsoring the kids' ball teams to serving barbecue at a community picnic, they're always there. Be community-minded. Shop and invest locally. Greenville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Community-minded, just like you.
The best deal in the neighborhood just got better with more to love on the 2 for $20 meal only at Applebee's. Applebee's is a proud sponsor of the Frankie DeBusk TV show and side of the Frankie DeBusk radio show. Applebee's on the bypass in Greenville. There's no place like the neighborhood. Creekside Market has 3 locations in southern Greene County to serve. So while you're traveling to or from any game, stop by and pick up a Hunt Brothers Pizza for those football Friday nights or Saturday afternoons. Creekside Market just off the 107. Locations on the Asheville Highway, Camp Creek, and the Irwin Highway. Creekside Markets in Greene County.
Welcome back to the Frankie DeBusk Show with head coach Frankie DeBusk. A special presentation of the Pioneer Sports Network. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
So the Tusculum Pioneers fall to the LR Bears and unfortunately dropped their 4th consecutive football game. The LR Bears now have won 2 consecutive in the South Atlantic Conference, winning against Brevard and against Tusculum. And we welcome back in Pioneer coach Frankie DeBusk. And talking with the coordinators this week, I thought, you know, if we can get over 60 plays, do you guys feel good about it? 78 plays, I still think you feel pretty good about it, but I'm a little shocked that you were able to run that many plays, just holding the ball just over 6 minutes in the second half.
Well, we had a really good first half, you know, keeping the ball from LR, and we punted the football really well, which made them go a long ways, and we held them. I think they punted it twice back to us, and you know, statistically speaking, which again I'm learning more and more that stats are only for the birds, because we're having some stats and we're making some things happen. We're just not winning ball games, and we jump out on LR 14-0, feeling good about things, and they outplay us in the second half and end up having a good game plan and executing and not turn it over and winning the ball game. It's becoming very frustrating for the head coach at Tusculum, as well as the coordinators you mentioned and our players, but we're going to keep fighting and clawing. We got 3 chances left, and hopefully we can create something positive.
Paul Hamilton of Brevard, you've taken on Fred Goldsmith, the former D1 coach, and now Paul Hamilton, who's been there as a D1 coach. You know he's going to have a good game plan against you. And they've got a little feel-good about them with an overtime win against Tusculum last year.
Brevard is so much better. They're so much improved, and hats off to Paul Hamilton. And I think he won 7 ball games last year, and his kids are playing really hard right now. And you know, they're going to come over here knowing that we're 0-4 in the league. They're 0-4 in the league, and we're battling to try to get our first conference win. And I'm glad to be back at home. It looks like it's going to be a nice day to play, and hopefully our fans will turn out, and we'll give something good for everyone that's there, and look forward to trying to go out and execute and find a way to win one.
Coach, I'm fortunate this past week. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Brian.
Pioneer coach Frankie DeBusk. The Pioneers do fall to LR, but chance for new life. However, for the Brevard team, they posed somewhat of a very similar challenge. Brevard is another running team. At one time in this year, we're first in the nation in rushing. That was when they played LR, and LR held them to under 100 yards rushing to knock them from the ranks of #1 for sure. The Brevard Tornadoes lose a 44-37 heartbreaker to Wingate University this past Saturday. So how will they be feeling when they come to Pioneer Field on Saturday? For the Pioneers, this will be the 7th meeting with the Tornadoes. Tusculum is 4-2 all time. Brevard, when they first met in 1940, got their first win in 1946. It took until 2009 to get their second, but they did get that last year in overtime from Brevard, North Carolina. We'll see how the Pioneers fail, and you can join us as well as they fare against the Brevard Tornadoes. Pioneer kickoff show time begins at 12:30 on AM 1450 WSMG or worldwide through TusculumPioneers.com through Red Zone Media, and kickoff will be at 1:30. We hope to see you at the game from Pioneer Field at the Niswonger Sports Complex on the campus here of Tusculum College. Until next week, for everyone behind the scenes, Nathan Humbert, Pioneer coach Frankie DeBusk in front of the camera, and myself, I'm Brian Staten. Go Pioneers!
Brought to you in part by Greenville Federal Bank, celebrating 50 years of service in Greenville and Greene County. Applebee's, your neighborhood bar and grill. There's no place like the neighborhood. Sodexo, a world leader in food and facilities management services. Sodexo, making every day a better day. Your Greenville Light and Power System, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Andrew Johnson Bank, a strong heritage, a stronger future. Home-owned and operated with locations in Greenville, Morristown, Jonesboro, Johnson City, and Cleveland. Green Coach Tours, celebrating their 65th anniversary. Grand Rental Station, anything you'll ever need to rent or buy. Consumer Credit Union, with 3 convenient locations in Greenville and Mossheim. Creekside Markets, don't pass by, stop by, with 3 locations in Greene County. Comcast Cable. Call Comcast and ask about the Comcast Triple Play, TV, internet, and phone. Comcast,